Diane DeWald with CreativeCatCrafts.com. Last week in the video I showed you a preview of this pattern paper I designed, and I've got several cards that I have made out of the paper. I've mentioned that I'm a prior Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I just love their papers. They're just absolutely beautiful, and I designed these papers for my own personal use, and I thought, what the heck, let's go ahead and make a bunch of different colors. I'll put a listing out on Etsy, and I'll either, I don't think I can link them in the video, but definitely down below in the description I'll have a link to the pattern paper in my Etsy store. These are the card designs that I'm going to show you how to make, how to cut out. But before we do that, let me show you all the different colors of this paper. So we've got a pretty pink, and then I did a darker and a lighter version. I love this is the one we're going to cut up today and make those 4 different designs. And you can actually get 8 cards based on how I'm going to cut this out. You can get 8 cards. You get 2 of each of those designs I showed you to begin with a little bit of scrap left over that you can use wherever you want to use. Then again, with the blues, I did a dark and then a light. Isn't that beautiful? I had a lot of fun designing this in a program called Procreate. And this is the green, the dark green of the cards that you saw here. See how it disappears right into that? And then I wanted to lighten it up, so you could choose a dark or a light depending on what your card design is. Then I have a lighter yellow, and I'm going to call this one a mango because that just reminds me of mangoes. I don't know why. This is more along the lines of a poppy. We have a nice little lavender. And then for if you're doing any kind of masculine, I've got a nice black and gray and a little bit of brown. This is, oh, this is more of a Christmas red. So if you got this green and this red, that would be awesome for Christmas. And so all of these prior prints, I printed these on my Brother inkjet printer, and it does borderless printing, so it prints right straight up to the edge. If you're printing this at home, because on my Etsy store this is going to be a digital product and not a physical product, but if you're printing this at home for yourself and your printer doesn't do borderless, this is what it'll look like. It should be about a 1/4 inch on each side, and then you just cut the sides off and work with it from there. So we're gonna start with this guy. No, we're not doing that one. We're doing the pink, not the red. So where's the cutting guide? So I will have a link to this in the description of the video down below. I'll also have it on my blog. So if you happen to lose this, can't find my video, hope you can find my video, but if you can't find my video, this will always be on my blog. Oh, pardon me. It is late in the evening, and sorry, yawning on camera. That's not a good thing. So each one of these, I labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is my number 4. This is my number 2. These are my 3s. And then this is the number 1. So, and I'll have those also numbered on my blog. And I'll also have the paper cuts. Let me get you in a little closer so that you can see this better. So each of these, for like card number 1, sorry, trying to get this all in frame. So card number 1, this is the pattern paper for 1. I cut it at 5 3/4, just so that I can trim off the edge. When I have edge to edge cards like this, I like to cut the strips a little longer. And then this is 2 3/8 this way. So 5 3/4, which is really 5 1/2 once you cut it down, by 2 3/8. And then I have the matte, which is 5 3/4, because we're going to cut it off, by 2 1/2. So it's 1/8 of an inch larger. Card number 2, it's 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then you've got the corresponding mat, and so on and so forth. So for number 3, you need 3 squares, 1 1/4 each by 1 1/4 each. And then card number 4, really it's 4 1/4, but I like to cut it 4 1/2 by 1 5/8, and then corresponding. We're not going to finish them all out like these are done. So when we cut this up and get it all together, you're going to have 8 cards that you can finish out. So let me get this all set up. I'll bring my trimmer over here and we'll get this we'll get this sheet of paper all cut up. Okay, here we are. So this guide here, it's not true to size. I wanted to make sure that all the edges printed out on this. So don't think you can print this out onto the cardstock and then cut it from there. It won't, that just won't work because I didn't design it that way. So I've got my trimmer, and yes, this is upside down. It's how I've cut paper my entire life. And let's go from here. So I'm first going to do this first cut along this side, which this is 1/4 inch. So if you're not able to print borderless, that's the first thing you're going to cut off, is you're going to do your quarter inch. And you can save that for another time. And then we're going to do this cut here, which is 1 7/8. And I'm going to flip it around and measure out 1 7/8. Make sure that's straight. And then we need 2 cuts at 5 1/8. So 5 1/8 and 5 1/8. If you were not printing borderless, you would have done your 1/4 inch and then your 5 1/8 from there. So that's our card number 2, and a nice little, you could probably do something with that. Okay, so now we're going to start from this side, and so we've already cut this, so we're going to cut 5 1/2 here. We're just going to cut it at 5 1/2. So 5 1/2. Nice little strip there. And each of these we're going to do 2 3/8. 1 2 3. 2 3/8. Then we're going to take this at, we'll do 4 1/2. Where's 4? Oh, we want 4 1/2. And then we'll cut off 2 strips of 1 5/8. 1 5/8. And then I need 1 1/4. We'll just do another 1 1/4 the other direction over here. Just easier to hold on to the paper. And a nice little section there. And then we just need our 1 1/4 squares. A little bit left over. And again, 3 more of these. Easy peasy. I gotta come up with a new catchphrase. That's starting to annoy me. Okay, we are done trimming. And these are all your pieces and parts. Now, if you did not print borderless, you'd have a few less pieces, but those are definitely usable in some form or fashion. So I'll put these over here in my little kitty and get my little silicone mat out, and we'll start gluing all of these together and finish the cards. Get my glue bottle out over here. I'll try not to get my hair in the way. Okay. So this was really fun. I actually was inspired by a photograph. I was designing something in Canva, and it might have been a niece's birthday card, because I like doing that too. I like mixing digital with my stamping. I just think it adds a lot more options. And I saw, where did it go? I saw, now I can't find them. I saw this green as a photograph, and that's what inspired me to create these. I don't know what it was a photograph of, but all these little diamonds, I drew 1 diamond in this program called Procreate. And then I repeated the pattern, and then I started changing colors and distressing them, and printed a lot of copies. Some of the colors weren't right, because when you go from digital to physical, sometimes what you see on the screen is not what you get. And these little guys are, I don't know what made me design these 3 little squares. Just a lot of little pieces to glue. I am not the kind of stamper that likes a lot of detail die cuts. I don't have the patience to put all those die cuts together. So anytime I see a crafter that does that, I am totally in awe of, because I just don't have the patience. And if you've had the patience to stick through this video with me while I'm doing this and talking, hello Sylvie, I have a visitor in my craft room. We have, a long time ago, you've probably seen Sheena jump up on my desk. She's my little black cat. And Sylvie is our brown tabby. I did not know until we adopted these 2 cats. Oh, in 2021 is when we adopted them. So we've had them 3 years. fact, they have their four-year birthdays on Monday and Tuesday. Sheena was born on the 31st and Sylvie was born on the 1st. The rescue that we adopted them from rescued them from a feral mama. Not the same mama. Oop, my mat's a little longer. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that now before we get it on the card. There. And let's see, what was I saying? Oh, yep, they came from two sides of the Columbus, Ohio area. Not the same mama, but they were fostered together. They're not like snuggle bonded, but they are kind of a bonded pair. Sorry, concentrating on cutting this. Sheena is the epitome of a kitten. She's tiny, not super tiny. I mean, she's 13.5 pounds, but when compared to her, I call them sisters, compared to her 18-pound sister, yeah, she's tiny. Okay, so we have our pieces. Now we just need our cards, and I put together 7 of them. So I've got the insides all done, and I'll show you this one. So cut cardstock, I get, I think this is 110 pound. Yep. So it's from Cut Cardstock. It's 110 pound cover weight A2 folded cards. So I think you can see, let me see if I can get that there. Right there, you can kind of see the fold. It's already cut down to the A2 size, and I have them score it for me because then I don't have to use my equipment for scoring and cutting, so I save on blades and scoring tools. So when you've got a score like this, you have, this is from my days of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you have a side that has a valley, and then you have a side that has a mountain or the bump. Because of how the score bends the fibers of the cardstock, you want to fold this towards the mountain. If you did it the other way, you will most likely get tears along your edge that where the score is, and it's because you're actually breaking the cardstock fibers when you fold it the wrong direction. So people that end up having tears, they folded the cardstock, I'm not going to say the wrong direction, but in the direction that allows the fibers to tear and rip. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to try to get this on here straight. I like to line up 2 corners opposite to one another and then place it down. That way you get perfectly spaced cardstock, the mat, all the way around. But when I don't have my head directly over it, it's really hard to do. And since my camera is right there, it's hard for me to line those corners up. I have a little something there. I think it's, yep, a little bit of adhesive. I love these things. Takes it right up. So, okay. So this is the fun part. So we're going to do this one first, and I like to put the silicone mat underneath it in case adhesive like falls off the side. Get my glue bottle right over here. And try to get this in the middle, right there and across. And just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. I love this. I love Harlequin. I'm not going to say I didn't used to. It's just, I saw that photo in Canva when I was looking for something, and I just have not looked back. Oh, this is a little short. So I'm going to have a little bit of hangover on either side. So I want an equal amount of white. Oh, it's too far down. And it's stuck. Well, that's okay, because I will probably do something like this on the front of that. I don't know if I'll do butterflies, but I will do something. Whoops. And then this one, before I lay the glue down, I try to get the top, bottom, and side all about the same. So there's the same amount of white space around. And then this is what I did with the green one. And I will probably do something very similar. It looks like a lot of glue, but it's really not. That's why I like to use my fine tooth glue bottle, this one. You can see the fine tooth versus this. This one just puts out too much glue, and that drives me crazy. Okay. We'll do the hard one last, which is the individual squares. That one's just a little harder, so, okay. Ooh, we get to cut. So, I'm trying to line it up here. And I'll let this dry for just a minute. I'll cut those both at the same time. Just like that. And then I just flip it over like this. Get as close to the edge as I possibly can. Pull it off. See, just like that. And then I'm going to quickly wipe these scissors down because there was glue close to the edge. That way it doesn't dry and get all sticky. So just wipe those off real quick. Oh, it's already sticky. Okay, I'll clean those before I put them away. But just like that. Love it. Love it. So, I don't remember what demonstrate. It might have been Jennifer McGuire, who I saw use something very similar to this. It's a T ruler. And if I'd been thinking about it, I would have figured out where on this ruler I needed to put this one. I want to make sure the Harlequins are see if I can get that straight. Perfect. Just need to make sure the Harlequins are going in the right direction. Just like that. Ooh, that's too far down. Well, too late now. Oh boy, that one's like really out of whack. Oh, I'm gonna have fun. I'll probably put a leaf or something, some greenery. I don't know what I was thinking on that one. A little further up on this one. See, mistakes. What Bob Ross, happy little mistakes. Is that what he called them? Happy little trees, that's what it was. These are happy little mistakes. Okay. I think this one's better. Oh yeah, that one's much better. Ah, look at that. Okay, so, and I finally got smart. This floppy little lid, I'm using a rubber band to secure it along the bottle. It took me, I don't know, a year. So out of one sheet of cardstock, you've got some leftovers, and then you have these beautiful, we'll put that one on top, beautiful card designs that you can finish out just like this. Thanks again for joining me, if I didn't thank you before. I will have, like I said earlier in the video, I will have the listing for this pattern, the Harlequin pattern paper, in my Etsy store. It's a digital download. It's 14 different colors. It's, like I said, digital. You can download, you can print it in your own printer. You can send it to an office store like Staples, Office Max, Office Depot. You can take it to a local printer. Personally, I would stay away from some of the print on demand, but if you've got a relationship with them and they do good work for you, by all means, go ahead and use them. I don't have experience with print on demand. Other than that, I appreciate you showing up today, taking a look at this, and I will see you next week. Thank you.